Okay, let's take stock of the global handover from last night. The US markets fell 100 points. When we saw the futures yesterday afternoon, we thought that the market was going to be up at least 200 points and there would be a very strong finish to the day. That's not what happened. We saw the opposite. The index actually caved and retraced a fair bit. Now, with that being said, let's remember the Dow for the first time yesterday traded above 28,000 since February. So it's come back to the pre-COVID level and now seems to be facing a bit of resistance over there. Partly, some of this also had to do with the fact that Russia announced the world's first coronavirus vaccine yesterday. They've apparently beaten the US to it. Let's remember we have companies like GSK, Moderna. Here in India, we have various tie-ups which are all exploring a possible vaccine. This is possibly the Russian one, has come well ahead of schedule. And if it is the world's first vaccine, some of the other pharma companies may definitely feel the pinch who've invested heavily, as Russia will have the first mover advantage per se on this vaccine. So that could be a little bit what's dragging the markets down. There's also been a lot happening in the US with the stimulus getting delayed as there's not an agreement reached between the various parties as to how much should be given, etc. There's also new announcements from the former VP in terms of who will be running with him, and there's a lot happening in the political sphere as well. So the Nasdaq also lost 1.7% yesterday, and your FANG stocks actually led the losses over there. Even the S&P kind of tapered off slightly. However, at present time, futures are looking fairly positive for all three. Now, coming down to Asia, we had the markets open on a strong note. They opened strong, but then they reversed very sharply. So, on opening, the Nikkei was up 0.5%, the Topix was up 1%, the Kospi was up 0.11%, Australia's ASX 200 was up. If you look at those indexes now, there seems to have been a reversal of sorts. The Kospi was down 0.70%, and even the Nikkei turned to the red, and as did the Topix as well. So it seems that this move we saw in the US has definitely permeated into Asia as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens to our market here domestically. Currently, the SGX Nifty is pointing to a bit of a negative start. European markets were okay over there. Yesterday, the indexes all closed higher. Autos jumped 4.5% after China gave a good surge in car sales in July. And travel shares were also up 5%. We'll see how those perform today, given that the US handover has not been particularly strong. Finally, oil prices also fell yesterday. Now, demand and lockdowns reopening can't support prices anymore. WTI and Brent both fell around 0.5%. And then gold has also begun to retreat because equities have begun to perform a little more. So gold also fell to 5%, and silver fell 13% yesterday. Major falls. Spot gold came to 1,921 per ounce, and on Friday it was 2,070 per ounce. So there's a stark difference, and even in silver is now back down to $25 per ounce. That's 13.4% drop yesterday. So metals also now taking it on the chin.